says he didn't come all this way to lose. Racette, on the other hand, says he wants to take him out, but not necessarily in the first couple of rounds. He'd like to work on it. So, in Stockton, California, we were there watching him train with Yaki Lopez, a fine, fine light heavyweight boxer. He's learned a few things. He's developed his left hand. He may well need it against his opponent tonight. Lubers has been there before. He's 36 years old. No doubt he's past his prime, perhaps. But he's a fine, fine boxer. 21 years in the ring. Racette, on the other hand, just entering his third year of boxing, and we'll see if that could be the tale of the fight. Can Lubers exploit Racette's inexperience? Lubers, 36-year-old Flying Dutchman. He's got a lot of pride, but I don't know if pride's going to be enough. On his feet. Racette stalking, trying to end it. Right hand. Gordy looking nice and loose in the ring. No wasted energy. Returning to Nanaimo for the first time since that loss to Jimmy Young, and he wants to avenge it. He feels he let his fans down in this town. And they came to see the big fella win. And they came to see a knockout. Another good right hand. Lubers down again. The fight is over. Davy Brown has stopped it. The third round. Racette's record now 23-1, disposing of the Dutch champion. Can Trevor Berbick be far behind?
Well, it wasn't quite that easy. I knew he was just kind of holding back, waiting for me to make a mistake and try to capitalize. He caught me once, and then I was a little careless. I was moving in forward a little more, too much. Like what I've been trying to work on is circling him and moving a little bit, and he caught me once. So then I figured that I'm going to have to hit a little hard because I've been working on pacing myself and setting him up a little more. And so I was trying to do that, and every time I caught him in a corner or with his hands up, then I'd start going down to his body, and I knew he felt that, and that slowed him down quite a bit.
You've been working on that, haven't you, big guy?
Yeah, all right.
Going to the body.
Going to the body, up to the head. I've been working on a lot of things, actually. And if he is in the condition he was for the Holmes fight, it might be a hard fight, longer than I expect fight, but I don't foresee any problems, except that if he's in condition, and I think he's kind of taking me a little lightly, and so I don't think he's training for me as he was training for Holmes, and that's a mistake that he's going to regret.
It's almost time for the main event. James, do you have a prediction?
Well, my head obviously goes with reasons. Racette can do it, but if I had to put my money on the table, it would have to be with Berbick.
It's time to relax and compose yourself, so that's all I try to do is I just try to relax. Every time I could feel the tension coming on, I slow down, I relax, I take things a little easy. It's trying to turn stress and nervous energy into a productive force for you.
Keys for Racette in this fight will be his ability to stay loose and relaxed in the ring, something that he's had a little bit of difficulty doing in the past. Do you think that crowd might get him a little bit hyped? There's the bell for round one. First few rounds will be very telling in this fight, I feel, because, as we mentioned during the rundown, Berbick has just disposed of all the Canadian opponents he's faced, and that's been the case in the Canadian heavyweight division for quite some time. Before Berbick, it was George Chuvalo. He could take years off, months at a time, and just disappear and come back and win his title back. And this has to be good for Canadian boxing if we get a good fight tonight.
Gordy Racette certainly filling a vacuum. He's just got to, as you say, bide his time a little bit, not do anything too reckless. got to feel his way into the fight a little bit. But there's a jab or two, and he's looking quite positive at the moment.
Any punch thrown and remotely resembling a landing punch will get a tremendous reaction from this crowd at the Bevan Park Recreational Center. They came for one reason, and they came for one reason only, to see Racette win, preferably by a knockdown. They'll take it on a decision, though.
Sure. It's a little jab. He's got a little bit of a jab going there.
Tail of the tape, pretty even. Both fighters 6 feet 1 inches. Racette at the weigh-in this morning, 217.25 pounds. Berbick just a little bit overweight, perhaps, for him, 221. And there was some speculation that perhaps he hadn't trained for this fight, took him a little too lightly.
That may be a possibility, but I'm not too sure about that. Racette, you know, he's a big, strong man, and Berbick, I think, has realized he's got to be in some kind of shape for this fight. It's certainly not a formality. He's realized that.
Racette's been taking the fight to Berbick thus far in the first round. Looked like a pretty good right hand there, James.
I think what Berbick has got is the ability to tie people up a little bit, make them, you know, look.
That's the Berbick we saw against Larry Holmes.
Yes.
Those big, wild, flailing hooks. That's his punch. That's what he likes to go to. Racette will try and counterpunch against that by going with the straight rights and left inside. That'll be his game plan.
He's worked a lot on his left. It's been looking a better instrument in training and sparring. Now he's got to deliver it when it matters.
There goes that crowd. It was in this very same arena just 11 months ago that Racette suffered his one professional loss at the hands of Jimmy Young, who has now vaulted, catapulted back into the top 10 rankings worldwide. And he's hoping for a different result against Trevor Berbick tonight in what will prove to be, no doubt, his second most challenging fight thus far.
He should feel quite good about that Young fight in retrospect. It's looked better ever since it happened, really, in terms of what Young has achieved since that fight.
Racette's pro record, 23-1, the bulk of those knockouts. But remember, early in his career, that's the bell for round one, it's over. Early in Racette's career, it was a so you think you're tough route that he went through, so he disposed of a number of, shall we say, not
too serious, not too serious. I think
Guy Jutras talking outside the ring. There, he breaks him now. He was involved in the side of the ring talking to Lenny Walters, one of the officials. Now back in control. He shakes off a little bit of sweat. He's ready. The third man in the ring, Guy Jutras. Berbick continues to push the fight on Racette, knowing that he has him at his will pretty much.
as far as Racette's chances going now, we're entering the realm of the, you know, the sucker punch. I
don't think Berbick's the type of fighter that will make a mistake like that,
no,
especially this late in the fight. See, we saw an example right there. They both stuck out a jab, and Berbick's landed effectively. Gordy's was too short. I can't believe they had the same reach, personally.
Well, everything depends on how you get behind it, doesn't it, really, and set yourself up. Gordy Racette has not been setting himself up.
And we talk about Berbick loving those big hooks, but he has something on his jab. That's not just a jab thrown to be pretty. He snapped Racette's head back a number of times during the course of his fight.
It's a drainer, isn't it? It's like he's drilling away at...
Oh, now he's working down to the body and trying to drop the defense and then go upstairs. Tactically, more sound approach by Trevor Berbick now. He's abandoning
mixing it up.
The big punch,
yes, mixing it up, and he knows he's got the fight. He really just has to stay on his feet, which doesn't seem to be a particular problem for him at all. I think we're around about the wrapping up.
Time for a little gut check.
I think so.
This flashbacks to the Jimmy Young fight. Same round, same type of fatigue, the hands dropping, leaving himself open and defenseless. Berbick taking advantage on the attack.
Unknown country.
Trying to hold on. He's just trying to hold on for another 2 rounds. It's going to be tough. He's down for the first time. That was a knockdown. That was a knockdown. He'll be back up, but he is very, very, very tired.
Defenseless.
He's up.
Yes. He's meeting
literally trying to hold on.
The referee is looking, giving him the hard luck now. He's wondering when he should draw close.
That's it, 10 rounds gone. Berbick's first knockdown of the fight late in that 10th round. He's been all Trevor Berbick since the first round. Round 11 of the scheduled 12-round Canadian heavyweight title fight. Berbick, in contrast to Gordy Racette, who had somewhat unusual beginnings in boxing. Berbick's a little bit more conventional. He was fought in Montreal at the 1976 Olympics, decided, hey, I like this country. They don't have a heavyweight. I'll come here and perhaps make a little money, and it's paid off for the man.
Well, inspired decision. I went to Montreal for those Olympics and lost my baggage. He made a career for himself.
We're set up and moving a little bit now. He'll have to do that if he's going to weather these last 2 rounds. Berbick content to bide his time, waiting for that opening to show, and it has on numerous occasions. Just a good right hand throw by Berbick, but Racette not knocked down. He slipped through the ropes. And he's not going to work that hard to get up. Says, well, I'm down here. Let's bag a few Z's.
He is, I think Berbick, you know, must be feeling that he's getting 100 grand for not really much of an examination.
It's a convincing fight from Trevor Berbick's point of view, no doubt about it.
Yeah, I think we're more or less there.
The fight has been called Guy Jutra, technical knockout. Midway through this 11th round of the scheduled 12-rounder, but I don't think Gordy Racette, he's battered, he's bruised, he's beaten, but I think a fine showing.
Oh, of course. I mean,
a battle that was the best this town has seen in a great many years.
I know that at this point in my career, I cannot lose to a Gordy Racette, so I have no intention of losing to a Gordy Racette, and I expect that somewhere around 6-7 rounds, the white flag will come out.
I know how hard I can hit, and I wouldn't want to get hit by my punches.
Billed as the French connection, neither fighter can afford to lose this fight if he wants to continue his career as a professional boxer. Welcome to the Peony Agrodome, where 2 fighters, the much-experienced Scott Ledoux and British Columbia's own Gordy Racette, are set to do battle. I'm Barry Houlihan. I'll be your host for this main event, a main event which features 2 fighters who are forward. And if these 2 boxers have similar styles in the ring, they couldn't be farther apart out of it. While Racette is content to keep a low profile, very quiet among the press, Ledoux, on the other hand, has a string of one-liners for any occasion, anything at all to hype the fight. For example, on the subject that he is or once was one of the many great white hopes.
I wasn't a great white hope. I was white and I was hoping, and there's a difference there.
But Scott Ledoux is more than a comedian. He has a reputation for courage and heart in the ring, with the experience of having fought 6 world champions in his 16-year career. He's been a spoiler and a victim of some questionable decisions. It was a cold night in his native Minnesota when Scott realized he had a chance for the elusive heavyweight belt.
If Leon Spinks can get to the heavyweight championship, then Scott Ledoux can. And I decided at that point in time to get a shot at that heavyweight title. And later on, I watched that night, and Leon won the title. So it gave me more incentive and more desire, and shall we say, pushed my goals up a little bit.
Ledoux's expectations were raised more than just a little when he took on the then number 5 ranked heavyweight in the world, undefeated Marty Monroe, and beat him.
Just got out of the ring, jumped in the shower, changed, and got over ringside. Ken LaCosta. Ken, how you feeling?
Oh, I feel real good. I had a real good fight tonight, and I learned a lot, and I feel good with the win.
Okay, more importantly, we got the main event here. Scott Ledoux, the